From 1625 until his execution in 1649 during the English Civil War, King Charles I ruled over England, Scotland, and Ireland. Technology was evolving quickly under Charles's reign, and he was instrumental in pushing and implementing new innovations. Charles' backing of the Royal Society, which was established in 1660, more than 10 years after his execution, was one of his most noteworthy contributions to technology. Charles gave the Royal Society, an institution dedicated to advancing research, a sizable amount of financial support while he was king. The Royal Society was among his greatest contributions to the development of technology. The purpose of the Royal Society was to advance scientific investigation and discoveries. Charles was well known for his fervent support of scientific research and his substantial financial contributions to the Society. Charles supported the Royal Society as well as the advancement of innovative technologies in other fields. For instance, he promoted the creation of new military technologies that, in his opinion, would offer England an advantage during times of conflict, such as new weaponry and fortresses. Charles was interested in the advancement of new technology, such as the microscope, in addition to supporting the Royal Society. He collected microscopes and frequently invited researchers to present their latest discoveries in court. Additionally, he was a pioneer in the use of the pocket watch, a contemporaneous innovation. Charles was heavily involved in the growth of the English Navy and had a keen interest in military technology. He ordered the construction of new ships and promoted the creation of innovative naval technology, such as the ship money levy, which was used to pay for the development of new ships. Charles had a passion for technology, although he did not always succeed in his undertakings. For instance, the effort to build a telegraph communication line between London and the coast was never finished. A device that was intended to pump water out of coal mines, the water engine, was also supported by him, but the technology did not work out. King Charles I made a great contribution to advancing technology during his reign. He contributed to the growth of the English fleet, funded the Royal Society, and showed an interest in cutting-edge technologies like the pocket watch and microscope. Even if not all of his technological initiatives were successful, his enthusiasm for and support for technology during a time of tremendous technological growth contributed to foster creativity. King Charles was a fervent proponent of invention and science. New transportation technology development piqued Charles' interest as well. He backed the building of new roads and bridges, which enhanced trade and mobility in England. He encouraged the creation of new ships and navigational innovations that improved the efficiency and safety of long-distance travel. He enthusiastically encouraged and advocated the development of new technologies since he understood their potential to enhance people's lives. King Charles II, 1660 to 1685. Known for his enthusiasm for science and technology, King Charles II of England, Scotland, and Ireland. King Charles was anxious to learn about the numerous scientific advancements that were being made in the 17th century and encourage their advancement. King Charles once met a man by the name of William Petty, who had created a novel method for calculating angles and distances using a tool known as a surveyor's quadrant. The monarch was enthralled by this discovery and instantly saw its potential to enhance mapping and navigation. William Petty's work gained the approval of King Charles, who also gave him the resources and money he needed to carry out more research. Petty went on to create a number of additional scientific and technological breakthroughs, including an early steam engine prototype. King Charles formed the Royal Society, a group devoted to advancing scientific investigation and discoveries, in addition to his backing of particular scientists and innovators. One of the oldest and most illustrious scientific organizations in the world, the Royal Society is still in operation today. King Charles II was a progressive king who encouraged the advancement of technology in his realm and understood how it could enhance people's lives. King Charles supported the advancement of new technology in the arts and was interested in them. He promoted the creation of new printing methods, which contributed to the increased accessibility of books and other printed materials. In order to promote the realm of music, he also encouraged the creation of new instruments and methods. King Charles I made significant contributions to the advancement of innovation and technology during his reign. He backed the Royal Society and promoted the creation of new printing, musical instrument, transportation, and military technology. During a period of fast technical advancement, his legacy as a proponent of technology assisted in the advancement of numerous fields, and his influence is still felt today. King Charles II presided over a period marked by major advances in science and technology across a wide range of fields. The king's policies and choices were significantly influenced by these discoveries and improvements because he understood how technology could enhance many facets of life. Medical advancements were among the main areas in which Charles II was inspired by scientific discoveries. Since there was little medical expertise at the time, many treatments were either toxic or ineffectual. The king, however, was intrigued by contemporary medical research and urged the Royal Society to look into novel cures and therapies. Additionally, he established the Royal College of Physicians, which enhanced medical training and education. Charles II was also impacted by technology in the field of agriculture. The king encouraged the creation of new farming methods and machinery because he understood the value of agriculture to the economy. He promoted the use of crop rotation, for instance, as well as the improvement of plows and seed drills. Additionally, he was in favor of the formation of the Royal Society for the Improvement of Agriculture, which worked to advance innovative agricultural practices. Charles II had a keen interest in manufacturing and industrial technology. He was in favor of the creation of innovative tools and methods that would boost output and spur economic expansion. He sponsored the development of new metalworking processes, for instance, and promoted the use of water power in factories and mills. The king had a keen interest in exploration and sailing because he understood the value of trade and commerce to the economy. He backed the creation of the Royal Society for the Improvement of Navigation, which sought to increase maritime safety and navigational precision. The scientific and technological developments of his era had a significant impact on King Charles II. He encouraged the creation of new methods and tools in various industries because he understood how technology could benefit industry, agriculture, navigation, and other sectors. His judgments and policies were a reflection of his scientific and technological interests, which helped to foster innovation and advancement in many facets of daily life. Charles II provided the foundation for many of the developments that would occur in the decades that followed by supporting scientific societies, medical education, agricultural achievements, and industrial innovations. Science and technology made enormous advancements during his reign, which served to influence both the future of England and the rest of the world. Charles II was a technologically savvy king who understood the value of science and technology in enhancing people's lives. His legacy continues to motivate advancement even today. The reign of King Charles II was a period of notable scientific advancement and invention, which had a considerable influence on English culture. The innovations achieved during his reign had a significant impact on the rest of the world as well as helping to determine England's destiny. Agriculture was one of the areas where technology had the biggest effects at the time. Crop yields increased and food production improved thanks to the use of new agricultural methods such as crop rotation and the improvement of plows and seed drills. This improved overall living conditions and decreased the likelihood of famine, which had a favorable effect on society. There was a tremendous impact on society from the development of new manufacturing methods, such as the use of water power in factories and mills. By boosting production and efficiency, these technologies contributed to economic expansion and higher living standards. Additionally, they promoted the development of new sectors like ironwork and textiles, which created jobs for a large number of people. During the reign of King Charles II, navigation technology advancements had a big effects on society. Long-distance trade and exploration became safer and more effective thanks to advancements in navigation and seafaring methods, which also facilitated cultural and economic interchange. This contributed to the rise of England's power in the British Empire in the centuries that followed. During this time, new medical technology and procedures were also developed, which benefited society. The Royal College of Physicians was established, and medical research was encouraged, which improved healthcare and lowered mortality rates. The general health and happiness of English society were significantly impacted by this. Technology had a substantial and far-reaching impact during the reign of King Charles II. Improvements in agriculture, industry, navigation, and medicine contributed to higher living standards, more job opportunities, and a surge in England's international prominence. Many of the technological developments that would follow in the centuries that followed and that are still influencing the globe today were made possible by these technological advances. Significant technological developments occurred during the reign of King Charles II, which had a long-lasting effect on both English civilization and the rest of the world. Even now, his reputation as a proponent of innovation and technology influences developments in many different disciplines. The contribution that King Charles II's technological innovations made to the Industrial Revolution is one of their most important legacies. By enhancing productivity and efficiency, new manufacturing technologies like the utilization of water power in factories and mills contributed to economic expansion and higher living standards. This helped to establish the factory system, which would later become synonymous with the Industrial Revolution. The Royal Society was backed by King Charles II, which aided in establishing the value of scientific inquiry and discoveries in society. Physics, chemistry, biology, and astronomy were among the many subjects that benefited from the Royal Society's commitment to encouraging scientific inquiry and discoveries. Even now, its legacy serves as a source of inspiration for new scientific discoveries. The improvements in medicine under King Charles II also had a long-lasting effect on society. The Royal College of Physicians was established, and medical research was encouraged, which improved healthcare and lowered mortality rates. Modern medicine was made possible by the advancement of new medical technologies and procedures that contributed to the improvement of English society's general health and well-being. The improvements in transportation and navigation made by King Charles II aided in extending England's power and set the path for the expansion of the British Empire. Long-distance trade and exploration became safer and more effective thanks to advancements in navigation and seafaring methods, which also facilitated cultural and economic interchange. The influence of King Charles II's legacy as a proponent of innovation and technology is still felt in many facets of contemporary life. His innovations in the fields of agriculture, manufacturing, medicine, transportation, and navigation contributed to raising standards of living, expanding economic opportunities, and strengthening England's position in the world. His contributions to technology established the groundwork for many of the innovations that would follow in the years that followed and that still influence our world today. King Charles III has the chance to pioneer new technologies that will benefit society while building on the scientific advances made by his forebears. He can have a positive and significant impact on technology by encouraging the development and use of renewable energy technology in the UK. King Charles III can play a significant role in this regard. He might hasten the transition to a more sustainable future, cut carbon emissions, and fight climate change by supporting clean energy technology, such solar and wind power, in order to lessen greenhouse gas emissions and fight climate change. He might also help the development of the infrastructure required to support electric vehicle adoption. Encourage research and development in medicine, energy, and artificial intelligence. Promoting public and private investment in research and technology and set up initiatives to aid startups and small enterprises developing new technologies. King Charles III can promote innovation in a variety of industries, including medicine, biotechnology, and artificial intelligence, by making investments in research and development. This might lead to the development of novel therapies, tools, and fixes that would benefit society and open up fresh business prospects. King Charles III can encourage the adoption of digital technologies in a number of economic areas, including government, education, and the healthcare industry. Spending on high-speed internet infrastructure, better efficiency, cost savings, and citizen services could result from this. King Charles III can assist and encourage the teaching of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, STEM, at schools and colleges. This could aid in creating a trained workforce that will fuel technological advancement and support the expansion of the economy. By fostering worldwide collaboration, King Charles III can utilize his influence as a world leader to promote global collaboration on technology concerns, promote cross-border partnerships and investments, as well as stimulate international cooperation on technology and innovation. Global issues including climate change, cybersecurity, and public health may be helped by this. It might accelerate efforts to find global answers to issues like pandemics, climate change, and other pressing issues. King Charles III's reign can have a good influence on technology through encouraging the use of renewable energy, funding R&D, boosting digitalization, bolstering STEM education, and fostering international cooperation. His backing for these efforts may result in fresh discoveries and developments that benefit society and open up new business prospects for the UK. The reign of King Charles III may have a profound effect on technology in the UK and elsewhere. During his rule, he could influence and encourage technology,